Oh, you actually did show up. I wondered if you would. When's the last time we really talked to each other? I was worried I wouldn't have the right phone number when I messaged you. Well, I'm glad you did show up. I look pretty different? Yeah, I guess so. You look pretty different yourself. In a good way, though. You've really, cleaned up. Not that you ever looked shabby before or anything. Well, I guess I should just say, I'm really sorry that things ended off the way they did. With us not being friends anymore. I think about it a lot. The fact that, out of the blue, the person that was my best friend in the whole world, I just abandoned because... what, you know? I wanted to go hang out with other people who were more popular because somebody told me you weren't cool enough. It all seems so stupid when I think about it now. I beat myself up every day because of it. And then I'd see you with your other friends doing your own thing, and I'd think, it's not my place to interrupt, you know? I had my chance to be your friend, and, well, I blew it. But today I really couldn't help myself. I needed to see you, you know? Needed to tell you what's been on my mind. It's been bothering me for ages. And it might be totally selfish of me, especially given everything that I've put you through. But I just want to come clean. I want to genuinely apologize. I never thought you weren't cool, or that you weren't fun to be around, like I used to say. You are honestly the most fun person I knew. You have a great sense of humor, and you're really kind. Super considerate, too. You always remembered things about me, just little stuff. The fact that I didn't like toothpaste. The fact that I wouldn't drink milk unless it was in cereal. My favorite color that kept changing every other day. You always seemed to be on the same wavelength as me, and I just don't know why I thought that I'd be happier without you. All those popular kids that always said, you know, ditch them, come with us, we'll make your life better. I don't know why I fell for it for a second. I was so happy being friends with you and spending our days playing outside, making up stories, making disastrous meals in the kitchen, which would have your mom yelling at us for hours. Well, that was a great time. I don't know why I thought that anything could be better than that. I guess I always saw these kids who had 20 friends instead of just one best friend, and I thought, wow, they must be so much happier. But the truth is, if those 20 people don't really like you that much, and you don't really like them that much, then it's just a waste of time. I liked you far more than all of those 20 people combined 100 times over. And I realized that too late. I said some awful stuff to you and you just wanted to know why. You just wanted to know why I wouldn't be your friend anymore, and I just kept insulting you and telling you that you just weren't enough. But the truth was, I didn't deserve you. I know I sound ridiculous. Like, I've spent years trying to make myself prettier and get more popular, have people like me more, but all of it's just been trying to replace the feeling that you gave me of belonging and happiness. Having a true friend is worth so much more than all this stuff that I worked for. And I don't know why I couldn't have just accepted that at the time. Maybe I was too young. I mean, we were just in middle school after all. But you didn't deserve it. And right now, I don't even deserve to be talking to you. But there's something about today. Because it's Valentine's Day, right? And there's something I really need to tell you. And I'll try not to get emotional or anything. But the truth is, I'm in love with you. I always have been. When we were friends when you were younger, I always thought you were so cool and so fun to be around. And at first it was just normal, right? It was just us being best friends. And then suddenly I thought about how much I wanted to be more than that. Every moment I wanted to spend with you. I wanted to hold your hand and walk home together. I wanted to make you lunch and dinner and breakfast, and I couldn't picture a world where we weren't together. I always imagined our future as adults, living in the same house, spending time together whenever we had a free second. And even when I tried to convince myself I didn't feel that way anymore, and that I'd moved on, and I was friends with different people, I still thought about you constantly. And again, it's so selfish of me to tell you this because I don't deserve you. I don't deserve your attention. I don't deserve your time. And I know that must sound silly because, well, in the social hierarchy, as people put it, I'm all the way up there, this cool, popular girl. But what am I really, you know? I abandoned my best friend for nothing. I'm gonna regret that for the rest of my life. And I wouldn't blame you if you hated me for the rest of our lives. You don't hate me? I don't deserve your sympathy or your forgiveness. I was selfish all those years ago and I decided that you weren't good enough, even though you were better than anything I could have imagined. And I'm selfish now for thinking I deserve another chance. You know, I used to have guys confess to me all the time. And I would wonder to myself, in that moment, when they asked me to go out with them, I'd say, should I? They seem nice. What if I have fun? And every single time, immediately, your face would pop into my mind, and I knew that I couldn't. You're everything I want. But you're everything I can't have. There's so many people besides you, too, that I tossed aside so that I could climb the social ladder. There's a lot I have to make up for before anyone can forgive me, let alone you. I feel like I sound so pathetic right now, but honestly, I am pathetic. Look at me. All of this makeup, these clothes, the hair that I have dyed and maintained for lots and lots of money and time, and it's just... it doesn't give me anything. It's just a look. Inside, I'm still the same rotten person who said goodbye to you. And I feel it. I feel rotten. I stay awake at night, a lot of nights, just thinking about how I'm rotten. I'm not good. I'm not a good person. And you are a good person. How could I possibly deserve you? How could I possibly begin to work on myself so that one day I could deserve you? I've seen the way you are with other people. You're nice to everyone who comes across you, even if they're not all that nice. In fact, you kept coming back to me after the first few times I said that I wasn't going to be your friend, and you kept asking if maybe I'd change my mind, or if there was something you could do to change so that I'd come back, and I don't know why I didn't see it, why I didn't realize that I was leaving behind the greatest thing in my life. And even though we saw each other every day at school, I couldn't have been more distant. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I know this is supposed to be a romantic day that you spend with the person you like, and maybe I'm stealing that time from you. I don't know if there's someone out there that's waiting for you to come and give them chocolates and a nice card so that you can go on a date. I know I shouldn't want it, but I wish that we could go on a date today, that this could be our Valentine's Day, that we spend together, and the fact that I'm in love with you is enough to make up for me being a horrible person. You don't think I'm a horrible person? How could you possibly justify that after everything I've said? You think it sounds like I've changed? Well, I mean, even if I've changed my mind now, I can't take back all those years. My regret is enough punishment? You really think so? I don't know if I'll ever be able to make up for it. But I definitely do regret what I've done. And I'd never ever do anything like that again. I blocked a lot of my so-called friends today because I knew that I wanted to turn my life around. I was tired of pretending to be someone I'm not. I wanted to just admit to myself that I'm still that same girl that wants to just make kitchen disasters with my best friend, not the person that wants to go out and spend $200 on makeup that I don't even really like using. I'm tired of it all. Popularity is just a game, and I'm tired of playing it. There's no winning. You're always fighting your friends because all of you are fighting to get to the top of the same hierarchy, and it's just so stupid. Why am I devoting time to that when there's so many more important things? Like real friendship and actual love. There's something you want to tell me? Well, I guess you've let me ramble on for so long. The least I could do is listen. You feel the same way about me? I don't know what to say. I care about you so much, and I constantly think about what it would be like if you did feel the same, but I knew that... What, you don't want me to say that I don't deserve it? But I really don't. You forgive me. Do you really forgive me? Is it all right for you to forgive me? I don't even know what to say. I've told myself for so long that I don't deserve to be forgiven, that the idea of you wanting to be with me and me being able to accept that, it's just out of the question. So, what do I do? You really want to go out with me? I guess if you really do forgive me, and if I should believe you, that I've changed enough to finally deserve you, then I'd love to be your girlfriend. I brought you some chocolates, and I didn't know if I should give them to you or not. But I guess, seeing as we're gonna start dating, and this is Valentine's Day, I really should give them to you. Is your favorite still the ones with the peanuts and the caramel? I hope so. Thank you so much for giving me another chance, and for letting me know that it's never too late to change who you are. I really, really do love you. And I'm gonna prove that every day. Happy Valentine's Day.